Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our 1 o'clock live broadcast. Let me just take a quick look and see who's here. Okay, now, last night we had our third session of boot camp, and it's all about communication, right? LinkedIn gives you access to 970 million professionals. Facebook almost has 3 billion people on it. So at the end of the day, LinkedIn's a party. All right, you've got 970 million professionals on it. And all you need to do is have a profile that people can see. So people know who you are, know what you're about. So you're going to a party. And we want to dress up. Maybe we want to call it a masquerade party. Because we want to dress up as the person that the people that you want to do business with would like to know. And that's not hard. Rich, that's an interesting question. I'll try to address it before we're done. Sheila, we'll see if we have time. Okay. So let's talk about rejection. There's two types of rejection. All right. And when you understand it, number one, you'll never be rejected. And number two, you can actually close 9 out of 10 people that you talk to. 9 out of 10. And when you do it correctly, the process is so much fun that you'll find it hard to tear away from LinkedIn. All right. So let's talk about these two causes of rejection. First, there are two kinds. The first kind is thanks, but it's not for me. It just doesn't fit my needs. And the other one is the direct no. So let's talk about the first one. Thanks, but it's not for me. It doesn't fit my needs. And the truth is that sometimes, while this could be disappointing, you really can take this personally. And so in my scripts book, we have two examples of what to say when a prospect says thanks, but it's not for me. Because the truth is, it may very well be for them. So let me pop over here. And I'm going to try to kill two birds with one stone. So let me come over here on LinkedIn. And let's pick somebody. Let's look at Barbara. So Barbara, do you see yourself on here? Are you on LinkedIn?
I'm on LinkedIn. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm changing my name to Zerilgan instead of Williams.
Okay,
So I'm
this is
they-
you right here.
I'm Barbara Zerilgan, yes.
Yeah.
And Barbara Williams, so that's me. There's my little doggy.
Okay. Oh, what kind of dog is this?
That's a miniature schnauzer.
You know, they are the smartest dogs. I'm a dog lover, and I had a friend that had a mini schnauzer. Dog's name was Max, so I was kind of attracted to the dog. But she would take the dog everywhere and fit in a little carry thing. But man, that dog was so smart.
They are amazing. Well, a lot of people don't realize that they've actually come out with, from Wikipedia, a stratification of the intelligence and ease of training dogs.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
Border Collie is number 1, the Poodle is number 2, the German Shepherd's number 3, and in category 1 through 10, in that category, are the most intelligent. Well, category number 2, which would be 11 through maybe 30, I don't know, the miniature schnauzer is number 12. Number 12. And then I discovered, Max, a techniques that are science-based that puts my personal schnauzers in the category right up there with the German Shepherd, which is amazing. You know, and I love what I do so much. I train people to train dogs, and I coach people, and I'm moving. I have to update my LinkedIn because I'm moving into universal eclectic coaching. And what I mean by eclectic is that I can pretty much coach on any avenue that somebody wants to travel down.
Okay.
Good or good?
Well, no, it's terrific. So, are you also involved with a network marketing business?
I have chose to go through for multiple streams of income.
Mhm.
So I'm involved in several, you know,
Okay.
and only the ones that I participate in and approve and have vetted the company are the ones that I promote. So I have to be taking the product myself,
Right.
vet the company, and had some, you know, not some, but a lot of success with.
Mhm. Well,
I don't quite know how to handle that avenue, to be honest with you, Max.
okay, and but I think you connected with PF Power Lead System.
I beg your pardon?
I said, did we initially connect through the Power Lead System?
No, you and I connected through Johanna Baker.
Ah, okay, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Mhm.
So,
And I'm in a couple of Johanna Baker's companies as well.
okay, gotcha. So first and foremost, I mean, really, there's so many things that you can do with this profile to open yourself up so that you'd have more people to talk to. So let me just give you some examples.
Okay.
Especially if you're looking to coach.
Yes, absolutely.
So what you'd want to do here, and in fact, what I should probably do is give you a call, and we should talk directly.
That would be awesome.
Okay, but so here's the deal. People can talk easily to other people that share their interests, share their values, or share their activity. So you can go up here on LinkedIn and we could do a search for dog breeders. Now on LinkedIn, you have no less than 5,600 dog breeders. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
And you can break it down by Schnauzer, by German Shepherd. It's kind of funny because first dog I ever had was a German Shepherd. And I also had a Sheltie miniature.
No, Max, we got a lot in common. My first dog I trained and showed and trophied with was a German Shepherd.
Mhm.
And I was brought into this world with no less than 4 dogs in our house at any one time.
Mhm.
And I can really relate to what you're talking about. I love dog loving people so much.
Right. So here you could do a search by dog breeder.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You could also do a search dog kennel owners.
On what? On kennels.
They own dog kennels.
Yes.
And of course, you could also do a search by German Shepherd.
Uh-huh.
You got 684 people that breed shepherds, whatever. So the bottom line is when your profile is completely visible, there is no shortage of people that you could talk to. Okay, no shortage. Now, if we come over here to the book, to my scripts book, I was working with a woman that was working with Isagenix. And Isagenix was expanding. Let me turn this sound off. Isagenix was expanding to the UK. And if we come over here to page 65, thanks, but it's not for me. Now, there are certain professions that, by the nature of their profession and by the people that are naturally attracted to the business, that would naturally be attracted to network marketing. Show me a school teacher that's been teaching school for more than 10 years. They all know about network marketing because by the 4th or the 5th year, they start to burn out from teaching. And other school teachers or other people start to tell them about how they can start with a side income, generate a side income, because teachers burn out. Personal trainers are naturally attracted to network marketing because it allows them to create a side income while they're building their training business. So she pops on and she does a search for personal trainers in the UK. Come up here. Oops. What is that? Okay, it's a personal. Let's try that again. Personal trainer. Get rid of the L. And so there are on LinkedIn 643,000 personal trainers. You think maybe you could find 10? Now we want to filter it down. So we go over here to locations. And we could do England or we could do the United Kingdom. So when Isagenix was opening up in the UK, there were 65,000 personal trainers to reach out and connect with. All right. So she reaches out to a guy and she followed the scripts precisely. Now, when I work with everybody in boot camp, I'm giving everybody the scripts And I wish I could work with more people, but when I work with my coaching students, I actually log into their accounts and I actually show them how to start the conversation, show them the different steps, turn them loose. And then when they have an issue and they don't know what to do next, they bring me back, I log back into their account. And so over the years, we've developed scripts. And once you've developed the scripts that you're going to use, in other words, when we did this for her, for personal trainers, when she was done, she could use it over and over and over and over again. So she reached out to the guy. She says, you know, hey, I've made some wonderful new friends. What do you do? Now I changed her name. Her name was really Zyla. So what do you do? And he goes, Mary, how are you? I'm a fitness instructor and a personal trainer based in the UK. What do you do? When you ask somebody, what do you do? 85% of the time they'll tell you. And then they'll come back and they'll ask you, what do you do? Natural conversation. So you have to have a short explanation that explains what you do and creates some curiosity so they want to know more. So in her case, I was a music teacher for years and recently retired because of my growing internet business. You tell people, you talk to people like that, they want to know what's the internet business. Now, does that mean they're interested in it? No. They're being polite. And how long have you been a fitness instructor and a personal trainer? The idea is to answer them without being salesy. And then what do? We ask them a question about themselves. Now, the average network marketer is going to say, I recently retired because of my growing internet business. I'm working with a company called Isogenics. We're expanding to the UK. We got great products. Here's a link to my set, my blah, 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 blah. And that's the wrong way to do it. But unfortunately, that's the way that most network marketers are taught. And it kills the deal right there. You bring the conversation back to the other person. So how long have you been a fitness instructor, personal trainer? So he writes, he's in green. That's awesome. Good for you. I've been a personal trainer for just under 2 years. I was an engineer for the last 10. Now, every time you ask somebody a question, the answer that they give you, even though you've got all these potential scripts, are going to contain your next question. Okay? I was an engineer for the last 10. Really? Why the switch? Well, I had to work long hours. My health started going down. I couldn't see my kids only at the weekend as I'm leaving home at 6 a.m. and back at 10. Good money, but no social life. All right. So I hear this a lot with people in high pressure jobs. Glad you got out and found a better balance. How are the money and social life now? And she's basically following the pattern. Okay. She knew how to do it. So I'm not involved in this yet. Beautiful. I'm making money with my website and I'm helping other people to improve their health and life. I feel young again. That life is good. So tell me about your growing internet business. I'm interested. So she goes, that's awesome. Similar over here. I have a network marketing business. Now, she did this because she figured if he's a personal trainer, he's got to know something about network marketing. So I have a network marketing business. Which network marketing company do you work with? And he comes back with Facebook and YouTube. Well, am I understanding that you grow your business on Facebook and YouTube? What is your website? Gives her the websites, and this is his coaching business. So how many new clients do you get every month? This is my online business. I have 16 clients from all over the world, and I have 10 clients one-on-one in my local gym. Okay, so then she comes back and says, well, that sounds great. You know, I enjoy connecting with entrepreneurial people. Many of the fitness instructors, this is the transition line. Many of the fitness instructors I work with are making extra income to support their growing training business. Now, you're already set one step ahead of them because you have a great website. And I would ask this, okay? Would you be interested in making some extra income? Okay. Well, he says, tell me more. Please let me know how. Thank you. So, my pleasure. What is your experience with network marketing? He says, none. Now, when you ask somebody what their experience in network marketing is, and they say no, none, it's because when they think network and marketing, they're thinking of computer networks and marketing. So we have to clarify. When I use the term network marketing, I'm referring to companies like Amway, Herbalife, and Avon. So if you're open to learning more about the network marketing company I've aligned with and how you could generate income, yes, please. So now, it says I work with a company called Isagenix. I'll send you a few videos. I built my business almost exclusively online. I'll show you exactly what I do and help you grow your business. So she gives them the website. Products will fit in beautifully with your health and wellness program. I myself had an incredible transformation with the products. It helped me lose weight, build gorgeous lean muscle, and I have amazing energy. And she gave him a before and after picture, which was phenomenal. You know, you look at the after picture and you go, man, I want to be her. So then she says, thank you. Let's help build your business and extra income from your family, for your family. And the next day she wakes up, there's 6 hours difference in time. And he says, no, thank you. This is not for me. And then I get a text at 6 o'clock in the morning, help. So I jumped into her account and I read it. And this is what I wrote. And the GIF, the moving image, was an emoji scratching his head. You know, your message surprised me. Most of the personal trainers that have been in the business for 5 or more years, remember, he's only been doing it for 2, have all found network marketing companies with products they could recommend to their clients with enthusiasm to generate an additional income stream. If you don't have an extra income stream coming in, you only make money when you're training others. Personal trainers use network marketing to subsidize their growing training business or use the extra income to give them time off from training. Now you take the high road, you stop selling your company and you want to sell the network marketing model first. And then bring them back to talking about your business. So if you can't get excited about my company, I strongly suggest you find a network marketing company with products you can be passionate about. Then find someone in the company that you work with that's successful. Start working with them. You know, you're not the first entrepreneurial personal trainer that I work with that discovered building an online clientele does not produce residual income. All it does is keep you in front of a monitor instead of being face-to-face with your clients. Best of luck in your new career. Let's stay in touch. So he writes back, definitely, I'm just not good at networking. So if there's a reason they say no, what's their reason? Well, he came back and gave it to us. I'm just not good at networking. And when he sent this, we were doing a coaching session. So you go, what do I say? What do I say? I said, relax. He just told you what the issue was. So I wrote back, you know, you really don't have to be good at networking to be successful in network marketing or in my business. Now, you've already been successful at getting online clients and real-time clients because you're passionate about what you do and people must like you. Your enthusiasm for what you do comes across online. You're having a conversation. To be successful in network marketing today is a team effort. It also involves constant personal growth as we learn new things. Now, you'd be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. I assure you that it wouldn't take you any time at all to become comfortable at making connections with people on LinkedIn that you personally like, that you genuinely like, and who like you. That's all that networking is. The most successful personal trainers all have to develop networking skills or they wouldn't be very successful as trainers. Working together, I'd help you develop the networking skills that you think you need. And then in parentheses, I'm not sure that you need much help with this, and LOL, and become very successful in network marketing. An extra benefit, naturally, you'll also be using these same skills to increase the size of your online personal training business. And then we sent the image, the 3 C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You must make a choice to take a chance or your life will never change. And we came back and we said, if you'd like to explore your possibilities, I'd be delighted to help you and introduce you to some of the other personal trainers I work with that have become 6- and 7-figure earners. When could we schedule a convenient time to discuss this further? It says, how about now? So I jumped off. They did a Zoom and she signed him up in the business, pulled out his American Express card, and he bought the biggest package. So sometimes when you're talking to people that you know, based on what they do, would absolutely benefit from what you do, it's not hard. So if I came back up here to LinkedIn, looking for opportunities. There are 218,000 people in the UK right now that are looking for an opportunity. And there's 2,210,000 people that are looking for opportunities. Looking for an opportunity, you got 1,460,000. So there is no shortage of people for you to talk to. So let me come back over here and let's step back a bit. So this was somebody that we knew there was a natural fit. Now, what do you do when you're talking to somebody you know you're very sharp and they'd be very successful in your business, but there's no apparent need? And there's a conversational strategy for that too. So what do you say when a prospect says, I've been approached by many people? So she reaches out to Aaron. Aaron, great to be connected. I've made some wonderful friends here. What do you do? I'm with T-Mobile. I oversee retail stores on the south side of Atlanta. And you? Have you always lived in Atlanta? Now, if you have a sense of humor, this is you've got all kinds of opportunities to do it. On the other hand, if you don't have a sense of humor, well, I'm going to provide you with some of my jokes. So use mine. So don't hate me. I use Sprint. I've been in Atlanta for a little over 3 years. I was a music teacher for 10 years and recently retired because of my growing internet business. How long have you been with T-Mobile? I've been in Atlanta for 4 years, the same amount of time with T-Mobile. What's your internet business? It's a natural question. Again, it doesn't mean that they're interested in it. It just means that it's something for them to say. And it's generated a little curiosity. Glad to hear it's working for you. I love music. I play a lot. I hope you still have time to enjoy that as well. So from here, the conversation takes 2 tracks. We're talking about music, but you'll notice at the end, she asks a question about business. Well, I do something with music daily, either playing for myself or others. What do you play? And then what were you doing before T-Mobile in Atlanta? So I play guitar, drums, bass mostly, little saxophone and keyboard. You. And then answers a question. I was with Verizon before in St. Louis. The question she asks is, well, why did you go from Verizon to T-Mobile? But she had a little conversation. You must be talented. I play guitar, acoustic, folksy kind of stuff. I'm a singer, and I play a little bit of piano and fiddle. So he goes back and says, that's awesome. I enjoy that music also, pretty much most music I enjoy. Love to watch people play the fiddle. It's exciting. Verizon, now he talks about business. Verizon was all about numbers. I felt like a number. at T-Mobile, it's all about people, promoting and developing such a better culture. And she writes back, agree, workplace culture can make all the difference. So glad you found something that brings you more joy. What are you promoting and developing with T-Mobile? Yes, indeed, people, that's my passion. Investing time and energy into making people better and realize their potential. I enjoy that. Now remember, the script, the initial connection request was, LinkedIn has suggested several times that we connect. And so here, we could say, you know, no wonder LinkedIn suggested that we connect, because, man, I have the same passion, investing time and energy into making people better. That's what I do. She did it a little different. She says, people are my passion too. Every day I get to pour belief into people and watch their lives change. So I get it. Now, without knowing there was any need, you know, you'd probably love what I do. With all your experience in sales and business and your passion for helping people meet their potential, have you ever gotten involved with a network marketing company where you could offer your clients a product you were passionate about and add an additional stream of income to your bank account? If so, what were they? Again, I would have done it a little different. And I've been approached by many people, everything from makeup to CBD oil and Primera. What is it that you offer? I'm not opposed to hearing it. Let me know. Maybe it's something I could enjoy and be passionate about. Now, you see, she's talking about you could offer your clients a product you could be passionate about. And the truth is, to be successful in network marketing, really successful, you want to bring people into the business that are anxious, that know people, but that like to train. Okay? That like to train. And so, process is a little different. And he just said, she didn't say sure. He you know, a nice answer. So again, I get a text, 6 o'clock in the morning, help, jump back into her account. Now, I'm not surprised that other people are approaching you, LOL. With your proven track record of working with people, helping them become passionate about their work and building teams, and we pulled that off of his profile. Remember, people put on their profile the things that they want to talk about. You'd be very successful in any network marketing company you work with. Now, you hit the nail on the head with your comment about being passionate about the products, because that's the key to being successful in this kind of business. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, there are thousands of companies out there with all kinds of products and services. I'm working with a company called Isagenix. So at this point, all you do is you tell your story. I'm working with a company called Isagenix. I'm working with a company called LifeWave. Doesn't matter. And was initially a customer of their products. As a result, I lost almost 40 pounds, increased my stamina for working out, and have never been healthier. As a result of my experience with the products, I naturally got excited about the income opportunity that comes with building a team of motivated and ambitious people who want an unlimited opportunity to earn as much money as they want. And this is where she used the project launch script. I'm launching a project to work with 3 people that have your level of team building experience and help them go to the top of the company fast. And I'd be delighted to share the details of how to be working together to make it happen for you. Now, we use the post. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond just went out of business. Everybody, you go on LinkedIn, there's 56,000 people in Bed Bath & Beyond that are all out of work. You could talk to a store manager. You could talk to a regional manager. They know everybody's looking for work. Perhaps this is the time in your life. See, we're not talking about using the products, selling the products. Perhaps this is a time in your life to stop making the mobile carriers you work for rich. start building your own team of motivated entrepreneurs and help all of them become rich building their own business. I'm confident you'd enjoy working with me. Would you be interested in learning the details of how we'd work together? So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you're selling. What you're selling has to fit the person. So I'm going to pop over here. I bring Zyla up. So the morning that she signed up the T-Mobile guy, right after she signed him up, she calls in. And this is what she had to say.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, things are going really, really well. How are things going with you?
Good. I know I always have you on the background. You're like my little motivation, and then if I get stuck, I can pop over and say, Max.
So you're signing somebody up now?
Yeah, I just finished it. He was someone that I was sure was going to sign up, and I would call this one about as textbook as you make them. I'm pretty excited to have him on my team.
Mm-hmm.
But when he wasn't hesitating, but it just took him a bit to kind of like let everything sink in and figure out really what was going to be happening. And it's been interesting. I used on our text messages back and forth exactly the same strategy that we use here of just continuing the conversation, ending with a question, giving him a reason to text me something back, even if it was, "What did you do for this weekend?" I wrote back to him. I was like, "Sure, what you want my business this week?" Because it has just exploded, which is true. It has exploded. Thank you to all of your help. And he texted me this morning and said, "Okay, this is it."
So tell me about your exploding business.
Yeah, so one of the people that I enrolled from LinkedIn, again, I literally followed the script. I just went right down your script book for, it was an unhappy network marketer, and she came over, and within the first 2 days, she brain advanced, and one of the people that she brought on within 24 hours, she brain advanced, and they both are just calling me out of the blue this week. I'm enrolling somebody else, and I asked them, "Do you need help? Do you need me to drink?" No, we've got it all figured out. And the original one I enrolled, she's about to rank advance again, which is also really great for me. But I can't even keep track. I don't even know who's. It's like, so I think we just brought in like 9 or 10. I was counting up with my husband last night. 9 or 10 people they just brought into the organization within 10 days, and which is more people than I can keep up with. They're fine. Everything is all set up for them. There's nothing for me to do but to just be here as a support and show them. I've shared with them the scripts, what I do. I've been on the phone if they needed me to, but it's just it's the first time since I've been in this business that I understand what's happening with network marketing. Like you can't grow the business if you don't have people growing under you. And if you don't have a way to reach out to people who are business builders, then you're just going to be like a hamster on a hamster wheel, just enrolling people over and over. When I'm approaching people on LinkedIn, you see, I don't talk to them about the products until we've already discovered that they want to talk about the business. That's just a whole different way to do the business. This is doing the business. This is it.
You went to my boot camp, you got my course. How did working with me one-on-one help you?
A few things. One helped everything go a lot faster. You and I were able to get through, what it would have probably taken me a month to go through just on my own through the boot camp. So that's one thing. But mostly, it helps you with the confidence, just feeling, practicing it through with you, sitting with you, watching you go through my account, talking to, helping me type out these messages, helping me figure out exactly the wording. Because now I have it in my account, so I can go through it. I do this all the time. I copy and paste a message, when there's something that's very similar or something I can use. I know what I'm doing now. Could somebody figure this out on their own by just reading through? Sure, it would take time, and that's okay. Like, if you've got time, I didn't have time. I've got a fire under me. I've got a reason for building this and building this business fast. Some of you, if you're out there just kind of doing this part-time as something you enjoy, then maybe you do have time. But this is, you know, keeping me from going back into a traditional job and you know, we have 3 children and we want them to go to private school. So we have a reason for working this really hard and wanting it to be incredibly successful and fast. And that's what you get from working with you, and just a lot of the hand holding. I needed that in the first few weeks. You know, this is a brand, it's not new to talk to people, but it's just a new way. You know, when for the last 8 months I was taught by my upline, you know, a certain way. And you know, I was basically vomiting information on people, and those of you out there who are doing that, you know how well that works. It doesn't. And so yeah, you just need a little bit of time. And there have been a few times where Max has had to go into my account and, oh, what did you write, Zola? You know, and that's okay. And so that's what is great of having that private session, is that he can go through and really help you take a step back and breathe and figure out the right way to talk to somebody.
So, I mean, you're sitting here with confidence because you know exactly how this is gonna play out.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next answer.
Right.
Thank you. You've made this so fun. And I say this to people a lot. A lot of my team, when they ask why I use LinkedIn, you know, my time is so precious, and I have very specific chunks of time that I can use to work on the business. You know, it's mostly during my baby's nap time. And so I have to really stay focused, and I have to be able to use my time so productively. And this gives me that chance to be proactive. You know, now I can reach out to as many people as I want. I can ask the question, you know, I can have all of these conversations. It's just the way it would be if I were at a cocktail party. You have a conversation. If it's not going anywhere, you just say, all right, thanks, enjoy your evening. You just walk on, and that's it. And so I'm not wasting my time, their time. You know, I can have, you know, 10 to 15 of them at a time going on every day, you know, just, or if I'm in the carpool line picking up my older kids, you know, I can quickly send a quick note back and keep the conversation going. So you just made it so I can use my time wisely and only, you know, I'm just talking to the people where it makes sense to talk to them, and I don't waste our time. So anyway.
Now,
Yeah.
when did you get started in your business? Was that October, November?
When I started with Isagenix business, it's been almost a year, this April. So let's call it a year. And then I started with you in January.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm learning the business. I'm brand new in network marketing. I'm just 1 year in it. So I'm not disappointed for where I am, but wow, this is so much better. And if somebody had shown me this, if I had learned your way from day one, I'm not gonna look back and imagine where I would have been, but I'm getting there now. So
Now, let me pop back over to, let's see, where is it? So in last night's boot camp, so let's talk about the direct no. The direct no comes when you try to talk about your business and impose your solution before you identify the other person's problems or need. By talking to people about your business before you learn what their needs and wants are, you cause your own rejection. The earlier in your conversation that you start telling people about your business, the more likely you'll experience objections and rejection. When talking to a potential prospect, your intent should not be to sell, but to identify and solve their needs and problems if you can. Asking obvious manipulative questions to get you the answers that you want are not necessarily the answers you need to qualify someone as a prospect. Many people today are sharp enough and recognize when they're hit with a manipulative question. So using a transition line to start talking about your business at the wrong time can be disastrous. Example, you're having a great conversation with somebody, and you're talking about their kids. They got 4 kids. So they're telling you how old they are. They're telling you what gender. And without any connection to what they just said, you throw in a transition line. You know, what do you know about network marketing? Rejection is avoidable if you always focus on the other person's needs and their agenda. Once you qualify them, show your prospect why they specifically need what you're selling. So if you only talked about your business with people that needed and wanted what you're selling, you would never experience rejection. Your success or failure in qualifying someone as a prospect lies in the questions you ask and the answers you receive. The answers to your questions fill in the missing piece of your prospect's profile and their personal story. Their answers will reveal if they're really a serious candidate for your business. Now, you can talk to lots of people on any social network, on the phone or face-to-face, but if you don't know how to close the sale, it's one huge waste of time. Now, I'm committed to helping everyone take the fear out of selling and become great at sales during boot camp. So when you're talking to people, always remember social networking law number 2. Don't focus on making a sale. Focus on whether there's a sale to be made. Now, Barbara shared her experience.
I see Barbara's back. Let me bring her up because I love success stories. So Barbara, I think this is her 3rd boot camp.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Barbara, I hope you don't mind me showcasing your success, but I'm just proud of you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Why don't you share with everybody, since we started to do this?
You could probably tell it better, but I came across this someone had shared this with me many years ago about Max Steingart, but I never got involved. And so I've been building my network marketing business a little over 7 years now. Totally frustrated myself. Bought leads of people that wanted to work from home. I could go on and on. And so finally I said, let me get in here and see what this is all about. So I attended 2 boot camps, and I'm going to be attending June's. And all I can say is thank you, Max Steingart, because I have learned so much. I know I have a lot to learn yet, but I found, like you said, we can all win. This isn't like where some can and some, no, we all have the possibility of accomplishing everything we want to accomplish. I'm not afraid to talk to people anymore because I have more than enough to talk to. I sponsored people. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I must have missed it, but I got this thing on Facebook saying you were one of the top recruiters for May. I went, really? I wanted to message back and say, let's thank Max Steingart for that, because it's so much fun. It's not like drudgery before where I hated to follow up. When you contact somebody and think, oh, this is so much fun. And like Max said, it can become addictive. I get up in the morning and I have a routine. Depending on my schedule, it doesn't always get done at the exact same time, but I always make sure I post something on my site. I make sure I go in and contact at least 10 people or more. I have people that are responding. I mean, like today I had 7 people that I responded to, and the best is yet to come. So I can just say thank you, Max. I so appreciate so much everything that I've learned from you. And I can tell you're passionate about helping each one of us. So thank you.
Well,
Now, the secret to closing more sales is going to be the lifeblood of your business and provide the fuel for you to build your business and live your dreams. When you follow the texting tactics, strategies, and scripts found in our books, you're on your way to becoming an unstoppable closer and successful business builder. Asking simple questions, you can easily and efficiently pre-qualify your prospects and enroll new people into your business on a daily basis without having to deal with 1,000 objections first. Now, every time you make a connection with somebody, you are planting seeds. The relationship develops over time. Now, sometimes you can make a connection with somebody and boom, they want to get in your business. But that really isn't the way it works. So what you do is you make the connection. You find out what their needs are over a period of time by texting and asking questions. And at the appropriate time, you'll enroll them in your business. Now, here's an example. One of my students, the initial connection was made in November last year. The person did not come into the business until June. That's 8 months. 8 months from the beginning connection to the enrollment. However, if we look at the amount of time that was devoted to talking to this person, 70 minutes. 70 minutes spread out over 8 months. So if you're making new connections every day, you're planting those seeds in your garden, you're nourishing the garden with posts. They will evolve when they evolve. So Bundy was talking to a fellow who was a nurse, and he was also very high up in the Air Force. So she wrote, that sounds like a position that, and again, we're working together, and with this, she did this. That sounds like a position that comes with a lot of responsibility. Many of the professionals that I work with on LinkedIn are nurses that want to generate an additional income stream. Perhaps you know some nurses that want to make some extra income. What do you know about the network marketing business model? I've been into several network marketing models in the past, and I don't think it's for me. So we turn this into a case study. I'm not surprised. So I wrote back, I'm not surprised that with your experiences that you've been into several network marketing companies in the past, what companies have you been with? You're going to notice that all of the messages that we wrote end with the questions are in red. Thanks for asking about my weekend. I bless the Lord. Hopefully yours was good too. Some companies I'd engaged with in the past included Unicity, Melaleuca, Forever Living, Zervita, Prepaid Legal. I had a blessed weekend, thank you. Why did you stop working with those companies? Well, they were all hyped up, and the promised results never materialized despite putting a lot of work in. I stopped because I cherish my integrity and credibility. I'm not surprised that you didn't do well. I talk to people all the time that went through the same thing you experienced. So what prompted you to get into network marketing, into these companies in the first place? I was looking for an additional level of income and wanted to stay healthier. How long ago were you with them? Now some of these were live. Last year. I can relate to you on that. We're all trying to stay healthy. We've seen so much. What company were you with last year? Max International. I've heard of Max. I know someone who was taking their products. Are you still taking their products? Now, some of my students will recognize this because we were doing some of these during our ES Max sessions. I'd be logged into her account and chatting with her prospects. Nope. Now, I talk to people all the time that went through the same things you experienced. And I also know a lot of people who have enjoyed tremendous success in network marketing. You see, to be successful in network marketing, you need 3 things. 1, you need to be working with a company that has the products or services that you can be passionate about. Passionate to the point that you enjoy telling people about them without getting paid to do it. Second, you have to be working with someone that's successful, knows how to use social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook to build the business, and that's committed and dedicated to helping you succeed and build your team. And third, you need good online tools to do it. Based on your past experience and the things you've done, I'm not surprised that you've tried network marketing. Frankly, I'm not surprised that you didn't do well either. People that have your experience are generally very successful in network marketing. You know you have the people skills, financial skills, training skills, and leadership skills to be very successful in network marketing. That's why you've kept giving it another try. So I understand why you've had bad experiences, but I also understand why. Now, would you be open to looking at another company where there's nothing hyped and you quickly see the opportunity? More importantly than that, we have a system that can help you build the business virtually in an hour or 2 a day without losing your integrity and credibility, chasing people, your fans, family, spend money on advertising and buying leads. So in many cases, we're using their words and their responses. And right, I'd like to know more about this company if you'd like to share. I'd be delighted to share the information with you. I'm working with a company called Lifeway. I started using the products 10 months ago as a result of an injury that affected my brain. I couldn't maintain my balance, had issues with light sensitivity, was dizzy all the time, had constant headaches, stamina issues, and had mental clarity issues when it came to working on or talking to others. Now, we had already, again, I got this information from her, so I knew what to answer, and had mental clarity issues when it came to working or talking to others. The time I spent working with therapists was not helping with my problems. When my husband's business partner recommended the Lifeway products to me, I was desperate for relief and began using them. Within a week and a half, I regained my balance and stamina, and my other problems started resolving. You can learn more about the company and the products, gave it the website. You're going to find that this is the easiest and least expensive way to start a business with products that you can truly be passionate about, that has no limits on how big it gets. And if it didn't work, and if I didn't think you'd be successful, I wouldn't be talking to you about it. And now we bring in the project launch script. I usually don't do this because we haven't had much time to learn much about each other. But since time is of the essence and you have the people skills, financial skills, training skills, and the leadership skills to be very successful in my business, I'm about to launch a special project to help 2 people become top earners and leaders in my company using LinkedIn in the next 90 days and earn $15,000. Now, this is the project launch script, but you only use it with people that are capable of achieving these kinds of numbers. Otherwise, you could be accused of making an income claim. Would you like to know more about how we can get started making it some income? I know you'll enjoy working with me. So when would you like to have time to go over the details? Now, remember, this connected in November. This conversation didn't happen until March. I'll take a look. Thanks for sharing. So again, we sent the 3 C's of life. I hope you had a great, and then, maybe a week or 2 later, I hope you had a great day. I just discovered that on LinkedIn, there are 27,000 nurses looking for an opportunity to make extra income that are eager to talk to me. I so look forward to working with you. I hope you have a nice day. And then we started, again, posts. Empowering those around you to be heard and valued makes the difference between a leader who simply instructs and one who inspires. A couple of days later, integrity, insight, and inclusiveness are 3 essential qualities of leadership. And with a little note, I hope you had a nice week. I thought you might like the quote. It says, thanks for sharing. And notice we're sharing gifts, moving images. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. This is a Thomas Edison quote. So every couple of days, we're posting things and we're sharing them. Posting builds relationships with people subtly. If someone else has done it, I can do it. And if no one is, then I can be the first. You'll never know what you're capable of until you take that first step and go for it. So putting this stuff up there, you don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. Dream it, then do it. Transform your biggest wishes into achievable goals. No matter what you're going through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We cannot change the cards we're dealt, just how we play the hand. So posting things like this. If you can dream it, you can do it. If you don't build your dreams, someone will hire you to help build theirs. All right? Every couple of days, a post. Take the risk or lose the chance. If you don't like how things are, change it. You're not a tree. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you're a leader. And so these posts build rapport, build relationships with people. Why are you killing yourself for a job that will replace you in a week if you die? Take care of yourself. The diamond is just coal that never gave up. All right. So finally, in May, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. In May, he comes back with a question. In the meantime, every couple of days, we're posting things. Wanted to share this with you. And he wrote back, thanks for sharing. So, again, it's Friday. How are you doing? Then she posted again, and in some cases, she's sharing the post. And in other cases, she's just putting it, I mean, right in the message. So then he comes back and he said, you know, hi, my main concern is why are these products not readily marketable at stores if they're producing such life-saving outcomes? I honestly still struggle with the MLM type of business. You addressed their concern. So I wrote back, I understand why you're mentally struggling with the MLM business model, considering all your previous MLM experiences. Remember, at one point in time, so did I. The answer to your question as to why our products are not readily marketable at stores since they produce such great results is simple. When a company has developed a product, there are two ways to bring it to market. MLM, or attempt to retail the product through retail stores. The MLM model is less expensive for the company and produces faster results than retail. MLM appeals to many custom companies as a way to get their products in front of customers more quickly and with less overhead compared to a traditional retail model. By relying on direct selling to consumers, MLMs grow through expanding networks of independent distributors faster than they would if they were just sitting on the shelf. Answered the question. I sent this to a good friend and thought you'd like it. And since they were both religious, spiritual, every once in a while, if you're with God, everything is big. So over the Memorial Day weekend, I want to wish you a safe Memorial Day weekend. How have you been? Signs them up in the business. Every day, you can be making connections with people. And when you know who you want to talk to, when you know who would be a prospect for your business. Okay, if I come up here, now, we started working together in March. He'd been a student. So after So here, he had a total of 4,700 connections, but he knew he was looking for, and out of those, 200 were investors, 1,200 were business owners. So he went through posting, and he sent me this. It's been a crazy 2 weeks since our last coaching session. I sponsored 12 people. Just with the call with you, I've been busy onboarding the new team and training them. I've been on Zoom for almost 4 to 6 hours a day. And then in April, Here it is. It's hard to believe I'm writing this to testify to my success. I've always been wanting to send you a testimonial. Thanks so much for your coaching, Max. I've added 21 new team members in the last 3 weeks and still growing every day as we speak. Your coaching is exceptional. Your way of coaching gave me the reassurance to go from where I was for a few months stuck and not going forward, getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people that he talks to. 9 out of 10. Excuse me. I got so busy that I haven't been able to attend the last boot camp. My business has taken off and I won't be able to stop it even if I want to. You are all heading down the same road. Now, tomorrow we have an Ask Max session at 11 o'clock. For those of you that are coaching students, we have a mastermind session at 1. And I want all of you to be prepared because I'm going to ask you to sell me your program, whatever it is. Okay? So tomorrow at 11, Monday, 2 hours, Tuesday, another 2 hours. We have 5 hours before our next boot camp. Our goal is to help all of you, enroll at least 5 people in boot camp before the end of the month. Okay? Barbara, if you could type in the chat window your phone number. I can, look at my schedule. I can give you a call probably after 5 today. I'm in Florida, that's the East Coast. Now, if there's anybody else that's interested in my coaching program, type coaching, put your phone number in the chat. I've got room for 2 more coaching prospects today. And Rich, I do have an answer for that. I'm going to give you a call after 5. Until next time, best of luck in building your business.